This poem is strictly from my sisters. And no, this poem isn't a proclamation of how some man did her wrong. And it isn't a neck-rolling, finger-pointing declaration screaming, "You better call Tyrone." No, this poem is strictly from my sisters. See, this poem is the new Latin queen phenomenon, a black girl magic constitution. This poem is a spoken word revolution, strictly from my sisters.
A group of women, who are there for each other, someone that I can call on in time of crisis, but not only for bad things, but also like people that I can call on when I'm like in a time of celebration.
A sister is someone who is a friend, someone who is dependable, but sisterhood is your circle.
A group of women or girls, different personalities, different backgrounds.
Someone who can let you know when you're wrong, let you know when you're right.
If I want to have some fun, go out, experience the world, travel, things like that. People who are, are going to be in my corner, whether it's good or bad.
Someone who you can call on at 3 o'clock in the morning if you're going through something, or if you can't even sleep, even if it's something simple, just that person who will always answer.
It's a partnership. It's everything.
They help uplift each other.
An alliance, a physical, spiritual, and emotional connection that fuses so many different perspectives, personalities, energies, responsibilities, collaborations between women.
It's a partnership. Sisterhood to me is like another form of marriage.
And it's a safe haven where the things that we go through that society kind of shuns us for, we're kind of uplifted about. So that's what sisterhood means to me. I think far too often we associate being cool with being alone. Like, it's cool in this generation to have this really small circle. So we're missing out on chances to connect, chances to vibe, chances to be there for one another.
We don't talk enough. We aren't open enough, and we aren't honest about how we're feeling, who we are, what we want, what we expect from each other, what we need from each other. I feel like a lot of times we're really very, very closed and boxed in.
We can fix the mistrust in our friendships the way you fix anything, with communication.
And just briefly, like growing up, I can remember constantly hearing females say, "I can't have no female friends," and I only hang with dudes because they understand me.
I feel like it goes back to us not trusting our men and then blaming the other women for that. And so, I don't know, we just automatically have this distrust for women.
And we don't tell each other what we need. And that's important within any relationship, but especially a sisterhood and a friendship. We need to communicate openly to be able to trust one another, to even know if we can trust one another.
I kind of feel like sometimes we let relationships with men get in the way of our sisterhood. I kind of feel like that's one of the biggest reasons why there's such a gap between, woman to woman.
And I know society plays a big role in our relationship with one another. They put us against each other. They pin us against each other. In reality TV shows, the scripted versions, the media in general. They put us against each other. They make us feel like there's not enough room for all of us, and there really is.
My uncle always said to me, people who scream like, oh, I don't trust anybody, don't trust nobody, blah, 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 are often people who aren't trustworthy. So I think a lot of times people don't trust themselves, and I think it's easier to put it on other people.
You have to fix yourself first. You have to examine yourself and examine why you feel this way about other women, because it usually has something to do with you.
We tend to think that we're being judged often. We tend to think that we have to exude this type of persona of strength and not display weakness. But in those weaknesses and those strengths, we're all connected.
Some days I'm not okay. And I need my sister, my friend, to talk to. And I need, your friends, they help you rationalize things. Sometimes you're just not thinking straight, and you have to talk to your friend or your sister friend to figure things out.
So I actually learned in one of my psychology classes last semester that I knew this, but people are innately social creatures, but specifically that we need social support, which is like any form of social interaction, to truly be a healthy person.
When I brought my daughter home, Jalea, for the first time, I had a spirit of loneliness, and I just felt like I didn't really have anybody to confide in.
It's okay to not be okay, and those people let you know that it's okay to not be okay, and you don't have to be like alone.
The country for a couple of months, and I had to get this video in or I wouldn't be selected for a show. And I was like, oh my God, I need somebody to help me. So I called on my best friend Natalia, and I was like, Natalia, can you please film this for me? I only have, I think it was like 2 days to turn in a video. And she was like, all right, I got you. We filmed every day. And every day they sent me something saying, oh, you have to turn the video this way, or this wasn't good because we heard a lot of noise in the background. And she would stay up with me. She would get up early with me just so that we can get the video in on time. And I was selected for the show.
The day my water broke. And I immediately called one of my friends, and she came right away to take me to the hospital. And then once I told all of my friends, they all were there within the hour of me getting to the hospital, and they all were in my room. You could only have 2 people in the room, and I had maybe 6, but they were all my friends, my sisters, and it was really, really important for me to have them there because I didn't want to be alone at that time, even though I thought I did. But I'm glad that they all showed up and that they were there with me during that time, because I was very afraid. And I didn't know what to expect, but I'm so happy that I got to share those moments with them.
When I first transitioned from high school to college, me and my friend from high school, we both went to Virginia State University, and we realized that the school was too pricey. They didn't have the academic resources that we needed, so we decided to transfer. And throughout that transition, like transferring from one school to another, it was a lot to take in. Like, we didn't know anyone, so having her there with me, it made things go a lot smoother. Like, we turned to each other in time of need, and it made our relationship stronger.
I had decided to go all natural, and my daughter's father, who he couldn't be there, so I was there with him for about, I would say, an hour and a half, no more than 2 hours. And he had to leave. And I kind of like stuck it out for as long as I could. I would say maybe 2 hours I was there by myself. And the nurse had came in and she was like, okay, we're gonna break your water. And the moment that they broke my water, my contractions went from like, I'd say about like a 5 or 6 to like over the threshold of 10. Like, it just got so, it just intensified so fast, like just out of nowhere. And I was like, oh no, there's no way I can do this by myself. Even though that was kind of what my daughter's father and I had agreed to. I was like, it's no way. And I had texted my friend Ariel, and about, I would say about an hour, no more than an hour and a half. So that leaves me in there about 3 hours now alone. But when she got there, I was so like, oh, thank God.
Tichelle is one friend I am grateful for because she's one of my newest friends. However, I never had a friend quite like this. She is such the friend that I needed at the right time when it comes to spirituality and when it comes to knowing the Lord.
My good friend Ariel, and she doesn't know how much she inspires me daily. I see the work that she puts in, and I really just appreciate our friendship, and I am so excited to continue to see where it grows and how our children grow together, and just how amazing our relationship will be in the future.
My friend, my sister India, I think she's the closest to me. We talk every single day, all day long. Our children are the same age. We've been through a whole lot of stuff together just within our time as friends, and I feel like through a lot of situations within, I want to say within the last 5 years, she's been the one that I go to.
From Brielle, and I'm thankful for her because typically my role within a friendship is I'm like the person who's helping, motivating, teaching, just trying to make sure that that person is, you know, doing things that's like best for their life or whatever. Like, I'm kind of looked at as a mom within like my friendships, but for the first time, like, my role has reversed. And within like my friendship with Brielle, like, she's the person who's like teaching, she's the one who's like motivating, she's the one who I'm like learning from.
Sister, who is not just my sister, she's my friend. And I would say thank you to her just because I've just made, like, as an older sister, I've just made a whirlwind of colossal mistakes, like repetitively, back to back. She's just been there in my corner, like when I need a space to run to and cry, when I need a space to run to and be mad, when I need a space to run to and just be honest. Like, Deanna has just, she's really been my crutch.
For my sometimes weary, surely never broken sisters, spice from the motherland dripping from her tongue, we are lionesses. No concrete jungle can ever tame. Best chess piece in the game. Fierce, unafraid queens. You can't forget our names. Yes, this poem is strictly for my sisters. Be your sister's keeper. Make them remember our names. We are the definition of strength, the epitome of class. And after this poem is finished, come together under one voice and say with pride, this poem was a revolution, strictly for my sister.
What does sisterhood mean to you?
Sisterhood needs to be big love.
He was not making any noise.
He's a mess. All right, let me
he's-
focus on my first question. Really, everyone to you. Just read the first one right now. I know. What does sisterhood mean to you?
Sisterhood means to me like a group of women that I can rely on.
It's all good.
I gotta put them to sleep.
To me, sisterhood means a lot of things. Someone you can trust. Hold on, because I feel like I'm saying the same thing over. It was. Someone you can trust. But I mean it, but it's just like, okay, it's your fourth time saying it. Should I say something different?
No, because we're only seeing it for the first time.
Yeah.
The tone was kind of.
It was giving too much.
I like multitude.
Multitude. Yeah.
Yeah, I like multitude.
But when I think of multitude, I think of sin. I'm sorry. I really do. I really do. It just reminds me of church. Like, I think it's a scripture.
We met at your first HB.
Oh, the first historically black college university. Founded in 1837. Before the Emancipation Proclamation. Thank you.